Welcome back, everyone. Today we're talking about how you can finish all your throwing quests that you may have left over, whether they be the 3 excellence in a row left over from the Halloween event, which gave out Golett, or whether you're stuck on the Spinda quest for the make 5 excellent curveball throws in a row. Either way, I've got you covered. I'll give you a few tips here that'll hopefully help you finish those quests and get all your awards. So first of all, pick what you're going to throw on. This might not be hard for some of you, but more advanced, picking certain things to throw on will help you better finish the quest. Some people say that picking bigger things to throw on, like in the background, you could probably see the Tauros or the Sphere that I'm throwing on here and hitting excellence on. But that's not always necessarily the case. Throw on things that might be closer or might be smaller, but basically just throw on anything that you're comfortable with throwing on, that you're more consistent with when you make throws on them. That's going to be my biggest advice here. The other things that you can do are maybe go with something that doesn't move too much and is more like a close to medium distance from you. The close distance stuff would be like stuff like Rattatas or Weedles or anything that's like smaller and that you have to throw later on. Those can be easier for many people to throw on than stuff that's more medium height or floating. Stuff that's like floating and higher up might take more of a forced throw and be harder to actually hit in the end. So I don't recommend throwing on those things. However, don't pick something that's moving, like let's say a Zubat or something, that one of the ones that does like a figure eight motion, because if they start moving, obviously you might miss and screw up your streak. So the biggest thing here is just make sure you're comfortable with throwing on it, and if not, you can pineapple it and move on with your day. Hopefully hit a few throws on it before you either catch it or run away. Secondly, and I know I just talked about burying it, giving it a nanab berry, although I might have said pineapple. I confuse myself on those all the time, even though they're very different. But don't nanab berry on the first throw. Let your first throw happen naturally. You can even save off on your nanab berries by waiting for an attack animation using the set circle trick, which if I can find a good enough video on, I'll put in the link in the description. But it will save you pineaps if you don't pineapple on the first. Save you nanabs if you don't nanab on the first throw every time. Basically, you just don't want to waste nanab berries, because if you keep using nanab berries and keep breaking your streak, you'll be out a lot of nanab berries by the time you actually finish the quest. And also, another thing is that it will make you actually try to relax yourself to make the throws and concentrate a little bit more, which should hopefully help your throw. So the other big tip here is relax. Even if you're on your last excellent you need, or if you're on your 4th or the 5th great throw you need in a row, don't get too eager. Don't make yourself think that you need to do it right away and put so much pressure on yourself. Because once you start putting all that pressure on yourself, that's when you screw yourself up, because you're thinking too hard. Just relax, focus, concentrate, envision where that excellent throw circle is going to be, and throw to hit it. Again, so go along with the don't nanab on the first throw. Don't be afraid to start off your throw sequences going for more risky throws. So when you're starting on your first throw, don't nanab and just throw on anything you see. Because worst case scenario, you're in the same situation you were before, and best case scenario, you got your first excellent throw out of the way. because you can even afford to be more risky sometimes on your second throw, or maybe even your third if you're really daring. But it's much easier to start over from zero if you'd only had one throw, or maybe you would just, again, starting from zero. That's easy to start from zero again. But again, as you're getting more and more excellent throws or more great throws in a row, try to play it a little bit safer, because the safer you play it at the end, the better off you'll probably be, and the more successful you'll hopefully be. But starting off from zero when you only had one excellent throw is a lot different than starting off from zero when you already had two and you were hoping for your third one to happen. Lastly, and you'll see in the back that I'm doing it here, because I have a research stack saved up, you can use those research stacks that you probably are saving to your benefit here, where you can use them to either practice or to get excellent or great throws when you need them. And the good thing here is that those are always going to be there as long as you keep them and don't get too many stacked up. So for those of you that don't know, if you collect a research task that gives a Pokemon encounter as a reward, if you leave the encounter, you can keep that Pokemon in a stack as like a sort of fourth research slot for as long as you want, as long as you don't get over 100 of them in a row. But they will all be in the order that you got them. But you can control the order that you get them so that you have things in a row that are easy for you to throw on, and they can't run away. So having them be things that you can throw on well, and being able to throw on them whenever you want. Let's say you have two in a row and you want a third, but there's nothing easy for you to throw on around. You can just open up your research stack and throw some excellence on whatever you see in there. And because you can control what they are, they're probably things that you have an easier time of throwing on. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you thought it was helpful. Maybe send it to your friends if you're really feeling daring. And I'll see you next time.